at TerryWilson3.com.
This is the Terry Wilson, really?
Hey, Tony, this is Terry Wilson with TerryWilson3.com. How are you?
You personally are calling me back.
Get ready to discover, develop, and monetize your skills and talents with Terry Wilson.
That's right. Welcome back, Yakety Yak. We're in the sack with some goofy people in here, I'm telling you.
How goofy.
How goofy. we got the chain gang in here, something going on. So we've got Reagan's back. You know, River had to fill in for you last week. I hope you're happy.
I'm sure that went
He did great, too. He did really good.
Did he actually?
He really did.
Hold
I
on,
was
mute the
super
mics.
proud.
How did he do?
Yeah, let me mute the mic and tell you how it really
He was really good. I was so proud. Like,
He was.
as a neighborhood mom, I was really proud.
So we're replacing Reagan. Is that what we're
That's
doing?
what I really
Reagan's career is on the chopping block here.
Nice.
But we are honored to have some well, how do I introduce this guy? Let's see here. Well, what do you think, Reagan? We found him on the side of the road.
Yeah. Yeah, so we were driving in downtown Spartanburg. We
Yes.
saw this guy.
He was doing a bodybuilding contest.
Oh,
Very attractive.
All right, now time to switch the camera. Switch the camera real quick.
Let me switch camera. I'll tell you.
There he is. That's a good looking guy.
You can tell the man is lying right there.
Well, what you just did is you just alienated half your audience. Because they're
What,
like,
by showing them
that
an
guy
alien?
is amazing. I mean, look at
We
that.
got an improvement here.
But your women audience just went way up.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what happened right here.
Well, we know that looks isn't the big driver here because we've seen you.
Well, Reagan asked, "Why am I doing a podcast with a video camera?"
You are great for radio.
That's what I've been told. I got a face for radio.
You do. It is perfect.
Well, but anyway, I'm gonna be nice for just a second. This guy I've known for as long as I've been married, actually longer.
wow.
And I won't say how, maybe, but he's been a church planner. He's always been a comedian, and he helped us in our ELT conference last March. It'll be last year. This past year's conference, and he is an ELT member himself, and his name is Mr. Chris Roop. Thank you for being in the studio,
All
Chris.
right. Great to
So-
be here.
Hold up.
Yes.
Do we get a story? One of those stories you talk about with your parents and the way you guys communicate?
Well, I don't even know if anybody knows the secret.
Well,
Okay, maybe that's a teaser, but that was the best part of the conference for me.
the best part of the conference was him telling.
Okay, there were other good parts.
Lindsay, like out of everything, I
Out
gained
of
so much
everything,
from
the
this.
only thing I remember
Nothing
was
about
you.
making money.
I
Nothing
think I
about.
just about
making fun of your
peed my
parents.
pants from that
Yeah.
story.
Like, I gained so much from this.
You know, I don't know if I got. Only reason I've done so well since then is his jokes about his parents.
That's what did it, huh?
That was my takeaway.
Well,
There was other great stuff too, but that was just amazing.
Well, what is so funny about my parents?
Go ahead. We'll go ahead and let the cat out of the bag. How was it like being raised by two deaf parents?
Yeah. So I mean, you finally said it. I think
Yeah.
everybody's listening, going, "What the heck are they talking about?"
And not just not hard hearing.
They were
not,
deaf.
Not it. You know, eventually they became deaf. They were born or for early ages. I think your mom was.
That's right. She was 2 years old, got the measles, and lost her hearing. My dad had the forceps popped his eardrums. That was a long time ago, back when they did birthing really smart.
They get out the salad spoons and
Yeah, 2 salad spoons. Hey, let's see if we just grab them by the head. This can't do any damage. And I guess that should set up real quickly. My parents really are deaf. You know, I do comedy, so a lot of
this
people,
isn't a joke. They really
Yeah,
are.
for
people
real.
think that I'm always making fun of deaf people or trying to find some angle, but I am in some ways.
I
but-
am making fun of deaf people.
No, I'm not.
to be
I'm
clear.
actually not. I love my mom and dad. They're amazing people. Matter of fact, just so that nobody gets too much in an uproar, I have told all of my jokes to my mom.
Yes, and saying
She couldn't understand or hear them. She's deaf.
she didn't listen well. Does
I
she?
didn't sign them. I literally just repeated them. She was like,
said 'em.
"Why are you not?"
She looked like she was completely okay with it. I mean, I might be wrong.
She looked totally fine with it.
Listen, there's a lot of disadvantages to having deaf parents. I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of disadvantage, and probably the biggest disadvantage I remember was anytime that I would have to go to the bathroom and taking care of my business and run out of toilet paper. Listen, that's a real problem. It's a problem for anybody.
Well, that is true.
That is a problem.
But
Especially
when
in
your
a
parents
Taylor
are dead,
household.
yeah. I mean, what do you do?
What do you do?
See, if nobody's home, you just get up and go find you some toilet paper.
Right.
Yeah. Do you do that with deaf parents? And
It's awkward.
it could be a problem. It could be a problem.
What's the sign for wobbling through the house? What does that mean?
I'm not even going to go there. There's a lot of signs. There's a lot of signs.
Do you do sign language? I mean,
Oh yeah, I can do
Okay,
sign language.
sweet.
You can probably see. I can do it on here because we got a camera.
yeah, we can.
Good morning.
Hey, easy.
I'll
now.
tell you. I'll
Easy
tell you
now.
another.
That
funny-
look like
yeah, I know. I'll tell you another good story. This is true.
Okay.
So, one of the worst things about having deaf parents is getting into an argument with them. Think about it. So, what do we do? What are we hearing people do when we get into an
We get
argument?
louder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we get loud. We
Get loud.
yell, whatever. When you get into a fight with a deaf person, you sign harder, and it looks like this.
So you just beating yourself up.
That's right. There was never a time where I didn't walk away bloody and bruised. My mom and
The
dad
question
did
is,
not
who
have to
won the
spank
argument?
me. Well, they didn't have to spank me. I spanked myself. That's a true story.
So Chris told that one at the ELT conference, the one
Yes.
about in the restroom, and that actually showed up on the survey.
Oh, really?
one of our members, and he'll go. Well, I'll just say it was Joe.
Joe.
I think it was Joe. I think it was Joe. It might have been. He says, "I like the one where the funny boy told the bathroom joke."
You like some toilet humor. I got
Good
a lot of
old
toilet
toilet
humor.
humor.
It's funny. Comedians with toilet humor. That doesn't seem to be the, whatever. All right.
Well, anywho,
Should you give them more info about who he is outside of
yes, this is my lovely, lovely, lovely brother-in-law.
Yes.
One of
The best looking.
the best looking one.
Yeah, that's for sure.
And because the rest of them are blind and deaf, and so I'm just kidding.
Is Gina the only girl?
Gina was the only girl.
She was.
She was the only,
And she was
girl.
spoiled rotten. She
I
was
bet
literally
y'all
the
gave
last
him a
one.
run for his money.
No, we didn't know. We were just glad somebody took her.
No,
Oh.
no, they actually gave me money.
Yeah.
No run for my money. They actually gave me money.
Dowries are not real popular nowadays. But boy, that's how Terry started this whole thing. He used the dowry that we gave him.
That's a strike. That's a strike.
So, guys, thank you for being on the podcast tonight. We are talking about the power of personal connection. I tell you, this last year's conference, guys, we've been talking about it a lot before the show, and that's what we're going to be talking about tonight, guys. I'm telling you, and you're going to be hearing from people that were at the conference this past year, what they've had, and Chris was very astute to the fact that, I was telling him, this person came and now this is what they're doing. This person came and now this is what they're doing. He goes, well, there's the pitch right there. There's the story,
Right.
because he's known me my whole life, and he still can't believe this old boy's like, how in the world? But then this old boy goes down to Greenville along with him and you and some other people, and we share with what we're doing and how we're growing our business. And dadgummit, if other people don't start doing the same thing.
Yep.
So it was absolutely wonderful to see. If you got questions, we are taking your questions tonight. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, there's a little my face going like Guy Fieri saying, let's chat. It's written in cursive, so if you are a millennial, that means let's chat. That's what it I've been told by Reagan that his generation doesn't read cursive
It's
anymore.
not even that's cursive. It just doesn't. It's mostly an image, and then it says kind of let's chat instead of just a button. It's fine. It's fine. No, I'm fine. Let's not talk about it.
He's not sensitive.
I'm not.
He's not sensitive about it at all.
Not an issue.
So anyway, but guys, I'm gonna tell you what. This is the first of the month, and so we always do our income statement. I always share my personal one. I don't share other people's unless they ask me. And most of the time they say you can share it, but don't give out my name because it makes them a target and some other reasons why they don't want to do that. But we've had, our last quarter of our year here at TW3 is always the strongest. And it's proven to be that way again this year. And Reagan and I talked about it. We were preparing for summer to be slow. We really were. Because it always, and I'm not slow, but slower. It gives us a little bit of a break. We still have regular business coming in, but it slows up a little bit so we can take a break and go on vacation, enjoy it, because, it's not as busy. This year never slowed down. From the conference on, everybody, not everybody, tons of people from that conference took off like bottle rockets and just started making all kinds of money and generating all kinds of business, either selling TW3, using it to grow their own business and different things. And that, of course, creates activity. And so this summer was just absolutely incredible. And we thought, well, maybe the fall will be the same as the summer. We'll just sort of keep this pace. No, it just...
Yeah. Well, I remember saying in the summer, I was like, oh, that's kind of weird because the fall and the winter months are going to be their slow months. Because I was thinking, well, if it was this,
maybe it is inverted.
Yeah, I was like, maybe it reversed because there's no way we get busier from here. And I was very wrong. We got even more busy.
It can't get any busier. Busier. And so this past month in November, I'll let Lindsey, I'll put it up on the screen for you, Lindsey, so you can see it, and then I'll let you read it because I don't like... Well, it's just bad form. I don't like talking about my own stuff. So let's get over there. So, I timed out. But did you write it down before I timed out?
I did.
Okay, what does it say there?
$36,523.53.
That is pretty amazing.
It's a significant portion.
That's a significant, and that's just in 1 month. One week I did 15 grand. A little over 15 grand. I think we shared that last week.
We shared a lot of money this month. My Christmas for my kids is looking pretty strong.
You have been rocking and rolling.
It's been good. I talk to people, and they're like, well, is it hard to resell this system?
and you said.
And I'm like, the people that we're talking to want it. Like, it's really not hard to close a sale when someone wants what you've got.
And I tell you, this sounds... I don't know how it sounds. You guys tell me, because I think it sounds too good to be true. But you get to a point in this business where you actually start trying to talk people out of buying, then into buying, because you're trying to screen the people that...
Well, you learn when you have that much money coming into your bank account, you learn that some money is not worth having.
Right.
If the person is not a good fit for this company and they are going to be blowing you up all the time because they're confused or they're lost or... And it's not that they're a bad person.
Sure. It's a two-way street because you don't want them in that position either.
You don't want them in that position either.
You don't want them spending money and then being like, oh, I can't do this,
I want my people to succeed. I want them to feel great about this decision.
Chris and I was talking before you got up here, and I was telling him, of course, this is sort of an old saw here because we talk about it a lot. Mm-hmm. I see people who are technical and non-technical, people who have a natural temperament for sales, what you could consider the salesman personality type, and people that are not. To me, entrepreneurialism transcends all of that, but there's one common denominator, I think, for everybody. You have to have this one thing, and Chris and I was talking about, because he says, where have I heard this? He says, because I say this a lot, and it's true. It's this old Zig Ziglar saying, attitude dictates your altitude. And people with a good attitude, and what is a good attitude? Someone that says, I'm not going to blame others. I'm not even going to blame myself. I'm going to figure out what the issue is, and with a good heart, clear mind.
I have a guy like that. I'm going to call him out right now. His name is Raul.
Oh.
And he is so determined.
That's awesome.
He's learning new skills, and he just has an incredible attitude. He's going to do amazing things with TW3.
That's all it takes. You can be tech-tarded.
Yep.
You can.
Yep.
Yeah.
But if you will just say, okay, here's a skill set I've got to pick up, and just keeping that mindset.
Well, the beauty of the altitude part is attitude determines altitude. Is that it doesn't mean that your attitude is gonna drive upwards. It doesn't mean you're gonna jump from ground level to 6,000 feet. Right. So Raul, it may take him 3 months or 4 months, but if his attitude's right, that climb's going to happen.
It's going to.
And what'd you say? Inversely.
Right.
Is that right? That's right.
You can lose ground.
You can go the other way.
Is that a word? I'm going to use it.
It felt good. It felt right.
I'd use it.
Yeah. So, but if you got a bad attitude, guess what? The problem with the bad attitude is it affects other people's attitude.
Yes.
Which comes back to the whole
especially the
thing.
people that are trying to help you.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you have someone.
Then they get discouraged.
Yeah. If I have someone who I spotted potential in them, but they get stuck on a step or whatever, and they just want to be done. It's so discouraging because I spotted potential in that person. I know that they can do this.
And that is why it's so important to be in places like this conference.
Yes.
Where you're around like-minded people that has made a decision that they're going to go to the next level. And I don't know if I shared it on the last podcast or not, but I've been really getting into word studies again, and it's part of the things I do at the church, of course. But you probably know this in your theological background, the word decision coming from two Latin words that means to cut off. So when you decide something, what you're saying is I'm cutting off all other options.
Right.
So when you decide, I want to be successful, whatever that looks like, whatever that feels like, I'm going to decide, and so I put a little thing. I said the most powerful thing a person can make is a decision. And of course, that's true theologically, it's true psychologically,
and a real
it's true.
decision too. Like I feel like you should qualify that.
It's not a decision if other options are still left open.
Well, that's the point of your statement.
Right.
Yeah. If you haven't cut something off, then you haven't really determined.
You haven't made a decision.
That's right.
Yeah.
A decision is all other options are off the table.
This is the one.
I am going to go to the next level.
Both feet in
my marriage, in my business, in my whatever the arena. Now this is
well, you can get real technical because also in the steps.
Yeah.
And I'm going to stop making excuses, and I'm going to do step 2. I'm going to do step 3.
Right.
Exactly. I've decided by this time next week I will have completed step 1 and 2.
Yeah.
See, I get this question a lot. How long is it going to take me to get through steps 1 through 6? And my answer is if you will sit down for 4 hours a day, every day in a week, you can get through steps 1 through 6, and you can feel great about all of that content. And people will, come on, and then I'll check in. How's it going? Well, I'm on step 2. And they've been on step 2 for 2-3 weeks. And I'm like, you got to get past step 2. Like, there's so much more good stuff. You have to decide.
But see, here's the thing. We tried our best to design this system, Chris, in a way where we take all excuses off the table. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way. But what we say is, number one, if you will credential at the plus level or better, which means you've paid enough money to get some one-on-one training, number one. If you'll go through steps 1 through 6, you'll complete those, and you'll do the activities as prescribed. If you'll do all of that, we guarantee you a minimum results, or we suspend all of your admin fees. I pay out of pocket for some stuff to get you in your home, some landlines, some headsets, and I get you connected with another company that I work with that will pay you hourly to answer the phone, like for these telecommercials and stuff like that. And they'll pay you hourly. There's not a commission-based thing.
Right.
Because you've already been trained as a telemarketer. You've all been trained as an inbound, person. So if you'll do steps 1 through 6, do this thing as prescribed. If you'll do that, I guarantee you results. Or I'm going to do this to suspend your admin fee. And while you're doing this and making it, because we want you making money.
Right.
And as you make money, then you can bring TW3 back on it and get up to speed. And as you're up to speed, then you start back with your admin fees. Since I introduced that 2 years ago, I have yet to have to pay out on it. Yet to. Because it's a numbers game. I know what I'm doing. I'm betting the numbers because I know if you generate X amount of leads and you do this activity, you have to pick up a certain amount of skill set and marketing. You're going to be successful.
Right.
And so what we've done is we flushed out well, I tried it and it didn't work. No, if you did, I'm on in writing. I'm on the hook. It's got to. But it has been, Lindsey, very encouraging to see what's happened this past year in the fact that since the conference, we have had people just absolutely take off. And Chris was talking about what he thought one of the major reasons for that was you're just around people. And he was talking about, well, this person over here might have a marketing skill set that they can really close on the phone in the call center. But their back office and some of their technical stuff is just not up to par.
Right.
And this person is very technically minded and can do this kind of stuff, but man, they couldn't sell ice water to someone burning in hell. I mean, they're just, and so they're just, and so you get around people that have the same objective, the same goal, and you're moving in the same direction, and it's a positive environment. And I don't think it had more to do with me or anybody. It's just the environment that was created.
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all think about it.
I agree with that. I think that the people that you're around really impact you.
It does.
It's really important to surround yourself. Don't you have a saying about this?
Well, Seth Godin says you are the sum total of 5 people you hang around the most.
That one, yep.
So I think we're supposed to take a shot every time I say one of my cliches. Just kidding. I think that was the joke tonight.
That would be a problem.
That would be a problem because before long
I'll just have to drive.
Reagan, do we have any questions coming in?
We do, actually. We had one really cool question I wanted to address first. Should we get the shout outs out of the way first, actually? Let's do that. Let's see here. I had them lined up, and then I lost it. So Mark wanted to shout out Edward, Carlos, Tavares, Chan, and David. That was Mark Griffin.
Welcome aboard, guys. Welcome aboard. And if you're with Mark, you're with one of the best.
And Gary wanted to shout out Jordan Glenn, Chris Miller, Lori Brown, Daryl Wilford, and Frank Northern.
Awesome. Gary we call him greenbacks around here. Gary, some of the guys want to know if you'll just leave some of the sales alone, let them have a little bit. You know?
Also, he said he's available later. If we're
okay, I'll be giving him a call here shortly. Gary sold, and we'll talk to him later about it, but I think he sold 4 or 5 Friday and 3 or 4 Monday. I mean, he's got to have $10,000 a week last week. So.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Ron actually, he said shout out to all his people because he's had quite a few come on. So.
Bam, bam, out on the left coast in San Diego. Wants to give a shout out to everybody that knows him. So we'll just, we'll tell everybody that knows Ron, welcome aboard. Guys, we got, I am offering tonight, and it's just on this podcast that we're talking about. That's why we brought Chris in, because he's helping me orchestrate and administrate along with Lindsey and Reagan as well. We want to do, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, I didn't want to do it necessarily because this is not my gift set. This administrative planning, stuff like that, it wore on me to do. I love just showing up and speaking, but all the back stuff, the logistics and stuff like that, man, it was tough. So, I was like, but then
it was your sales funnel.
Do what? Right.
It was your sales funnel.
Yeah, it was my sales funnel. It was my it was my
good
step
analogy.
4.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody else complains about step 4. Yeah, it was my step 4. But everybody, when are we gonna do it? When are we gonna do it? We're gonna do it again. When we're gonna do it? I wanna be on this one. And then seeing the results of the people that came.
Definitely worth it.
Definitely worth it. And here's what we decided this past, when I keep saying last year, but it was this past March. We only had it for the elite members, and we got to talking. What can we do? We want to help more people because
that was in March.
That was in March.
Boy, 2018's been a long year.
2018. It feels like a year ago.
Yeah, that feels.
Said no old person ever.
Said no old person ever.
That's a millennial.
That's
right
a
there,
millennial
boy.
thing.
Like a while ago.
It feels like yesterday to me.
Yes.
I mean, but it was absolutely amazing, and the results from it was amazing. And we got to talking, what can we do to make this available to more people? Because it was just for the elites, and an elite member, you have to be at $29.97 to get in these conferences. And so what can we do to make ourselves more available to more people to be able, and that's why we're talking about the power of the personal connection, because I'm a huge proponent of podcasting. I'm a huge proponent of online marketing and training. I learned from YouTube. I went to YouTube University. I mean, anything I need to know how to do, I just go on there. And, we talked about learning how to learn. I mean,
Is that the fan that you replaced or the light?
Exactly. I went on YouTube. How do I do this? And right there it is. I mean,
and then the garage door opened every time.
And then the garage door opened and the microwave cut off. I don't know, but the fan, if you go down and set the microwave, the fan will come on, though. The garage still don't open anyway. But so this is what we came up with. And we're making it available tonight. And matter of fact, we are going. What did we say we was going to give away? Do you remember?
Oh, I remember.
Would you tell them what we're going to give away?
Do you want to tell people that?
We won't say where to go yet.
Okay.
We won't say where to go.
So the first person
that
signs up for the conference
signs up for tonight
on
the podcast.
We're going to see it. You're going to be watching it for it live, right?
Yeah.
And that first person is going to get a. We're going to have meet and greets with you.
Yep.
Only 5 people are going to be in that meet and greet for about 45 minutes. It's one-on-one time.
Answering any questions they have about
anything
their business.
For 45 minutes. And if you want an autograph or if you want to hang out and get the book, whatever, you're going to do that as well. And so that's to the first person.
First person sign up is going to get to come to this meet and greet. Second person that signs up,
they're going to get to go to a. We're going to do a drink, hang out after dinner. We're going to do little hors d'oeuvres and stuff and hang out after dinner, and you're going to get to go to that for free. And that's going to be limited to, I can't remember what we said, 20 people. Yep.
20 people on that. So we're going to have a little after dinner.
So just for some clarification, the first person, they get that as well, right? That's the first 2 people.
First person gets to do the meet and greet.
The one
five. We're giving that away.
Gotcha.
And here's the thing, guys. This is the cheapest I've ever done any personal training package, anything. We're making this affordable to everyone. You don't have to be a member. To come to this conference, and we're doing it for $197.
Yeah, and you're going to see the theme of this over and over again is trying to get people in face-to-face with people in learning environments.
And
That's why we're doing the giveaways the way we are,
right,
as well as the cost, keeping it affordable,
keeping it
so that you get people in the room together, networking, benefits everybody.
Yes,
everybody makes money.
Everybody,
That's the goal.
everybody gets value.
That's why you do the conference. Not doing the conference because we want to be nice people.
Well, no, we get paid.
We get paid. That's where the money is, and that's proof from last year.
Proof from last year.
Yeah.
Last year,
Let me
you didn't make
explain how
money
I
last year.
I lost money on the conference,
That's
doing
right.
the conference, but I'm more than made up for it from
Made
the
a killing after the conference.
Okay, you don't have to talk out of school now.
Well, that's I just saw the numbers. It's right here on the board. I'm not blind.
But the point is, only reason I'm making money is because other people are making money.
Well, that's the thing.
Right.
When I
that's
said
the
make
thing.
a killing, I'm talking about everybody's making a killing.
Everybody's making. I would not be making the money I'm making if these folks weren't making.
That's
money.
right.
Because I get paid all.
That's
How?
right.
Because it's my system. I've got a vested interest in people either using my system to build their insurance, real estate, direct sales business, or using my system as a platform to resell and coach and do other things. So it is absolutely amazing. And so here's the thing, guys. It's 9:25 right now. We're going to be going probably for another 35 minutes. If you want to go over to worthmoreconference.com, worthmoreconference.com, I'll pull it up on your screen right there. It is March 21st through 23rd, 2019. And I want to tell you something. We're going to have folks that are going to be there that were here last year. Bill Perry was one of the folks that everybody says, Bill coming back, is Bill coming back? I said, we can get him. Chris is going to be there. You look a lot better on picture.
I do. I look good, period.
I tell you, Photoshop does so well.
I have to keep saying all this just to make myself feel better.
Are you lost weight
Low
since that
self-esteem.
picture?
They're going to let
That's
me
a
come
compliment.
just because I'm
No,
paying
I'm
for
asking
it.
you. It looks like
A
it.
little bit.
And then we got Miss
look at her.
Lindsey. Look at that.
That's me.
And Lindsey, you just made about $4,000.
It was a good month.
And that was splitting it.
Yeah.
So really, you had an $8,000 month.
Yeah.
And you hadn't been selling TW3, but for
Just since October.
October because you
Yeah.
were using the training and stuff for other purposes and stuff like that. And then you said, hey, I want to resell this. And
You know what it really is? Because I've had a bunch of people ask me, like, you've been doing this podcast, kind of wondering why I just now got into it.
Yeah.
I was just so deep with what I was doing.
Right.
And then once I got into the sales side, I was like, mercy.
Good Lord.
What have I been doing?
Why have
Because-
I been distracted by this?
Yeah, your attention goes to where the money goes.
Well, yeah,
So-
money helps.
Yeah.
I get criticized a lot. My Christian brothers and sisters that say, well, the Bible says not to love money. I said, yeah, but it also says to hate poverty.
Yeah.
I don't love money, but I hate poverty.
Listen, money doesn't take away all the troubles in the world, but it sure does bring a lot of fun.
Listen. I know a couple ministries around Rutherford County is glad that TW3 is doing well. I'll just leave it at that. But it's the deal is real. The deal is real, and Lindsey's going to be there training. Mr. Greenbacks, he's there in person. He's going to be there, and we'll be talking to him a little later. Angela Martin, she came to the conference. She's an author. She's a speaker. She's going to be there. Mr. Mark Griffin, the main man.
Okay, hold up.
Hold up.
Angela needs to do a session on fashion and beauty because she's just one of the most beautiful people I've ever seen, and she's so put together every single time I've seen her. And then Mark needs to do
He's Mr. GQ.
he needs to do like a ministry thing and just pour out his heart a little bit because he's got a good one.
We're going to start calling him.
She didn't say that when she passed my picture. You say anything about me
She didn't
doing
say a thing.
I want more stories. I want stories.
She's very discerning.
Sounds like my wife.
Well, she did say so. She had, have you lost weight? Oh, that's nice.
I didn't notice that.
Huge on that picture.
I didn't say that.
That might be the
Right.
fattest person I've ever seen on a picture.
That's right. That's right.
I've lost a lot of weight apparently.
That's Bishop Mark Griffin. We'll call him that. And then Miss Jane Helms. We love Jane.
I loved her.
Jane is a sweetheart. She's going to be talking about.
She was precious.
And a lot of people, we don't push this enough. I think we need to. But we are credentialed here at TW3 with a company called Myers-Briggs.
Yes.
And we offer the MBTI, which is the Myers-Briggs type instrument, which basically it's an assessment where we go in, we find out, and I just knocked something
That was
over.
joy.
That was just
You knocked over the joy
I just
tonight.
knocked over my joy. But we go in and we try to help you unfold, unfurl, if you will. Who are you? What makes you tick? What do you like? What trips your trigger? what is your personality type? And we do it in a very methodical, scientifically proven way with the MBTI. This is not some hokey pokey thing on social media.
It's a Facebook quiz.
It's not a Facebook
What kind of lasagna
quiz.
are you?
Yeah, what kind of potato are you? No, this has got some research behind it. It's based on Jung's theory of the 8 dichotomies of a person. I don't want to get too knee deep into the psychology of it, but it's very, very thorough. And as an elite member of TW3, you can become credentialed to offer the MBTI. And Jane is going to be talking about that. And we love Miss Jane. She's up in Greensboro. She's Chris. She's also a Tar Heel fan. So we got.
So she's successful.
She's successful.
Which I know we were making jokes. I mean, I guess it's not a joke. The business has been super lucrative since the conference, but how cool was it to be able to meet everybody? Because I think that was my favorite part, just being able to like sit down and talk to everybody. Because we go back and forth through emails and tickets.
Go back
and
through
podcasts,
right.
like messages.
And I think you thought Gary looked like Guy Fieri until you met him.
I didn't say that. You said that.
No, you said that.
Gary looks like a surfer.
And now he looks like a surfer. He looks like one of those teen actors off of an 80s sitcom.
Yeah.
I love it.
He's not even in California.
He's not even in California. He's in Houston.
He's at a beach though, right?
He bought a house off of the ocean there. What's the ocean there in Houston? It's it's not the, what is that? Gulf. The Gulf of Mexico.
Nobody say anything. Let him suffer.
Yeah.
He's just struggling right now. He's listening, going, I know the answer to that.
Yeah. Gary's on the other end. Well, these people shut up talking about me. But listen, go over to worthmoreconference.com. If you sign up tonight while we're on for $197, you're going to get the free meet and greet. Now, listen, if you are an ELT member, it's free. ELT members up until the end of this year, if you come on as an ELT member or you're an existing ELT member, it's free, but you still have to sign up. You do have to pay for the printing of your material. That's the only thing you have to pay. And I think it's like $29. So we just have to get the printing cost out of it. But the admission tickets, everything is there. So that's covered. Only thing you have to do as far as once you get the admissions is Greenville Spartanburg Airport is the closest airport. You can fly just about into GSP from anywhere in the country for around $150, it seems like. And then you're going to have a couple $100 in hotel fees. So that's what you got to budget for. It's in March. It's the 21st through the 23rd.
And food.
And food. Yeah, you got to.
I always spend more on food than I do anything else.
I do too. So I tell you what, let me.
But it's all a write-off.
It is all a write-off. That's true. When you're in business for yourself,
that's right.
Everything there is a write-off. So what I'm going to do, Gary Greene, I am calling you right now. And we'll get you queued up. And
this is okay. Never mind.
What?
Yep. Never mind. You're good. I think you're good. Let me make sure.
Yeah, I want to hear some of these stories.
Yeah. See if I can call him up real quick. You know what? I think that was on. Did you see that on your screen or that screen?
Yeah.
That's terrible. I'll have to go back.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey Gary, how are you? I just gave your number out, I think, to about 200 people.
I know you guys are having all kinds. You were teaming up on me from all over the place. I was like, well, I can't even defend myself here. Hold on a minute.
So Gary, talk to the people a little bit. Did you have fun at the conference at all, or was it just a big bore?
Oh, I had a blast at the conference, meeting everybody in person, just like Reagan commented on, putting a face behind, the voice and stuff like that too. I've always seen you on video and then stuff. And so I was like, it was really a joy just to see everybody in person and network and hear everybody's message and, how everything was real positive. So yeah, I definitely enjoyed myself and looking forward to, also coming to do it again. Yeah, so most definitely.
Well, I tell you, I can't wait to, because this year, last year it was just in that small room, intimate session of about 25 people, which was good. I think that's why it was highly effective. But we want to keep that small, intimate thing, but we want to break it out to larger sessions where a larger group of people can come and take part. But one of the things that I really enjoyed was your talk on working in a call center. What's been your experience in the call center just in the last few weeks? Tell the people a little bit about what you're experiencing in the call center and how effective it is at TW3.
Yeah, well, the Terry Wilson 3 call center has always been, very effective, just with the leads that you're engaging with and all the tools that are in place to engage with the clients and the leads. But yeah, recently it's just like, it's just on fire. The people that I'm talking to are just so excited. The leads are just, like I've been telling you for many weeks now, it's just very hot in the call center. I have people that are just, the excitement levels moved up at least 2 or 3 notches just in the last 3-4 weeks, so that's what I've been, experiencing. And then also I have new clients that are being trained all the time, and they're making their first sales, within a short period of time and getting into the training and just following the steps. And we show you how to, take calls, read a script, make money. Basically, as you would say, Terry, rinse, wash, repeat. I kind of use that as your favorite. But just on Friday, I text you Friday, I made like $3,500 on Friday. And then I took off over the weekend and I made 1,000 plus yesterday on Sunday. And I didn't even work. I took like 2 phone calls.
You made $1,000 on the Lord's Day.
On the Lord's Day.
I'm telling you what, God is good.
Better give it all to the church then, right?
I tell you, I praise the Lord. I'm telling you, definitely every day.
Gary's down there and he's going, hallelujah.
That's the most he's worshipped in a long time.
Yeah, that's right.
And then today I got, plus prospects that are working, that are going to onboard here, any moment. So, there's a lot of people that have signed up with me just recently that are listening now, and, just a lot of excitement that's happening. And then you're putting the conference together again, which I think that's just going to add a lot more to it. I've even been telling new clients about that. They're excited to already come, and they don't even see the official site yet, and so you're putting it together, basically starting, just now, basically. So I already have a lot of really positive feedback of people that, oh, wow, they want to come already, and they hadn't even seen everything yet,
Well, I can't wait. I can't wait to see you again. I can't wait to hear you train again. You did an awesome job training on how to work a call center, how to close. I mean, Lindsey, do you remember how everybody was just standing around going, did he sell another one? I mean, we
were annoyed.
Yeah, people were
We're like, you've been sitting and doing the same thing we've been doing, and you're making money.
Well, if you want to know Gary's secret, if you want to know how he does what he does, then come March 21st through the 23rd, because there's, you can hear him on the podcast as we have him on here. You can hear him as he talks to you, but there's just something, Chris, about face-to-face, one-on-one, and getting up to and being able to ask questions and just watch him. Gary, didn't you have people at the last conference even follow you up to your room and just listen to you take some calls?
Oh yeah, they were tracking me down at the bar. I mean, wherever I was at, I was just like,
he couldn't get away. It's like, no, just take a call. We want to hear you.
Yeah, he has a great system, a great process.
He does
for how he onboards, and he's going to be sharing it.
He's going to be sharing it at this conference.
Yeah, and then I'm going to have like some sessions. People are going to be able to get the inside scoop on how I do stuff. Myself personally. So there'll be additional information there that that'll be made available for people that are interested. Yeah, so I'm putting that together too. So I'll have that all.
And he's got a special training package that he'll be offering people opportunity to get if they want when they come. And so
I'm going to basically explain how to work smart and not hard, basically.
Gary, can you teach me how to do that if I come?
Well, I mean, I don't know. How much am I going to charge you, Terry? I mean, I don't know.
Can I get can you give a brother a discount?
I'll give you a discount. Since we know each other. Okay.
Did we figure out if he's a surfer or not?
Now, are you a surfer? No, he's a fisherman.
Yeah, I fish. I used to surf, probably 20 years ago.
I knew it.
Not much, but yeah. But I enjoy fishing. I just enjoy anything on the water, really, pretty much anything outdoors on any water activity or anything like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I think if we could bottle up Gary's attitude and put it in a bottle, I could sell it and make $1 million.
Oh yeah.
Gary, thanks for being on the
water. You go on the water, then it's less therapy money. basically.
That's
right.
exactly right.
I agree with that.
You either pay for a boat or you pay for a psychologist.
I'm still waiting for you and Gina to get that beach house.
Well, we got 5 children right now we're having to get through. But
I know which beach it needs to be on.
Yeah, clear water, my friend, clear water. Gary, thanks for being on tonight. Thanks for being with us for 5 wonderful years. Thanks for all that you do, and more importantly, thank you for sharing your wisdom with us this coming March. We're honored to have you with us. All right, brother?
Yeah, definitely. Same thing there. I enjoyed, meeting all you guys, spending time with you, and look forward to doing it again. And then, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.
All right, Gary. Talk to you later, brother. All right. Any other questions there, Reagan?
Yeah, we got some questions. Let's see if I find that first one we had here. Vent for a second because I gotta find it.
You probably don't want to put that on the screen
Up. Thank you. Well, am I still on the screen?
Yeah.
You're literally on the screen. We're looking right at you.
No, that's what's on the screen right now. I got it.
You didn't last time.
I didn't last time. I was like,
it's a good thing we can edit. All right,
here we go. Back and edit that later. I'm telling you.
Sorry, Gary.
Sorry about
that. So this one comes from Trevor. He says, "Hey, I'm a new sales rep trainer member working with my amazing Mark Griffin.
Oh man, he's got a great trainer.
He does. Excited about the potential and learning a lot. I also own a music school in Glendale, California, and would like to generate leads for that business.
Cool.
Website, which I'll go ahead and read that so people can check it out. It's funmusicforyou.com.
Funmusicforyou.com out in Glendale, California, and it's a music school.
Let's see here. Yep, music school.
Well, I used to be in the music business, so
that's actually how I answered that too. I was like, it's super cool.
That is super cool. We're musician fans around here, and that's how my first business that I actually owned was a music store. So
but
awesome.
He has some questions on his package and how they market. Is purchasing keyword traffic my best option as an immediate marketing action? And so I know we save a lot of our marketing questions for
marketing questions are on Wednesday nights, but I don't mind helping you a little bit. Is it a sales rep and trainer package?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, here's the thing. As a sales rep and trainer, you're trained on how to resell our system, which is a marketing system. And what you need to start using the system is our plus training level, okay? Because there's some things in there about Facebook marketing, social media marketing, and it's very there's some very cool things that you can do that is just not intuitive to the average person, but that's on the plus level side. But I will tell you the same thing, the same logic, the same technology used to build a funnel to sell TW3 is the same thing I would use to sell training and teaching. But at what I would do if I were you, and I know this sounds self-serving, but it's just true. Start making money first. The fastest, easiest way to make money with TW3, as Lindsey just testified, is actually to sell TW3. Because the funnel's already put together, how to do it's already put together, everything that you need on how to do it is already there. Then once you have that under you, making a few dollars, upgrade, get that plus training, get in that advanced training module. We can show you how you can use referral marketing partners like free food, free gas, free this, free that, and then you use some of these engagement tools like the bulk texter, the bulk email, the bulk voice broadcast dialer. You send out calls and text and emails to people in your area and saying, hey, do you have a music fan in your area? We're going to give you $25 to whatever, just for a whatever. And we show you how to build a campaign to do that. And then you give that campaign away, and you make money by giving that offer away. But that offer generates you leads so that you can then sell your music training and stuff like that. So that's what that's about. And so make money first, and then you can start using some of these tools. And I think that will help you in the long run if you do it that way. And I know that sounds self-serving, but the fastest, easiest way to make money with our system is actually to resell it first. And then as you're making money, then you can go in and start using it for what you're doing there. So great question, Reagan.
Let's also understand the difference between the sales rep and the plus system. You don't really have the tools.
Right. You don't have the training and the tools yet to do that. So, and that's, a lot of times, and Reagan's brought this up, sometimes a criticism is, well, all they're doing is selling a system to resell a system. No, a sales rep and trainer is a reseller, and just that. But the plus and elite is actually using the system for various industries and stuff that we have. So good stuff.
So our questions tend to go in order. Our next question came from Chris Big Sexy Roop, which was, hey, put Chris back on the screen. To which we replied, no, we got too many complaints about his nose. So we're not going to.
You know, the camera does offer, add about 3 pounds to the nose.
Yeah, that's the problem is my nose occupies a vast majority of this screen.
Well, you are putting a shadow on.
Sorry about that. Nobody puts you in the shadow.
Nobody puts my baby in the shadow.
So a very, very, what you could probably guess what the most common question tonight has been.
Yes.
Where's the conference?
The conference is a thank you.
Yeah, it's a real
It's a secret.
I'm a marketing genius.
Because I've gotten about 15. Like, that's great. Where's
the
it?
conference? It's in Greenville, South Carolina, where it's between about 3 or 4 different locations in Greenville that we're looking at right now. Based on how many tickets we sell in December is going to be, what we sort of book, because we've got about 3 or 4 locations. But it is in Greenville, South Carolina. It may be in Spartanburg, but more than likely in Greenville. But here's the thing: you'll want to go ahead and get flights to GSP, Greenville Spartanburg Airport, for the March 21 through 23rd. And then as you buy your tickets, and 1st of January, we'll start sending out information on the exact location of the conference area, because there's about 3 or 4 nice conference areas, but we just got to figure out which one's going to be able to accommodate what we want, because we're going to do big sessions for everybody, and then we're going to do breakout sessions, for small one-on-ones and stuff like that. So
we also don't want to have to limit the number of people that
we
can
don't want to
come.
limit. That's exactly right.
Right. Now, the key too is they don't have to worry about rooms. Those are going to be blocked. So I mean,
Right.
they'll be guaranteed rooms.
Right.
So if you commit to the conference, you're guaranteed a room.
You're guaranteed a room, so you don't have to worry about that.
Right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Jane's on here. She had said Gary, Mark, Lindsey, and Chris will have a cult following this next conference, so Gary won't be alone. Jane, you will be too.
Jane,
leave
don't you
yourself off
worry.
the list.
They'll be following you around too, Miss Jane. You don't have to worry about that.
Which, to be fair, they should, because
They should.
we've got a lot of knowledgeable people that everybody should be trying to talk to.
Absolutely. Top sellers and influencers, as I like to say.
Okay, so this is a good question. This one comes from Rod. He says, could you address the status of significant others when signing up the conference? As an elite member, how do I sign my wife up?
You can bring your, that's something we didn't think about.
Yeah, I was about to say, because I don't know if you...
We didn't think about that as far as bringing their significant others. What, half price? Okay, we can do that. So we'll do half price on the significant other if they want to come in.
Sure.
And we'll put that option over on the sign up form.
Well,
They wouldn't have to go to the conference.
They don't have to go to the conference. They just want to come.
They can come.
But if you want to bring them with you and they have admission into it, because that drives up the cost of the room, because however many the occupants.
And just for clarity, now is that for the elite members? Because I know we have a lot of elite members that don't pay anything. And then for
the elite members, well, they just have to pay for their program. If now there's no half off on that, because it's a dead cost.
Sure. We're
giving our elite members the cost of the printing.
What is that price?
$29.97. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So we couldn't do anything, but
I just wanted you to say it again. I probably just should have said
Thank you, Chris.
Hey.
You just love his voice that much.
Well, I think you should repeat information when it's new and people maybe didn't hear it the first time, because it's been a while.
I tried to call Joe. Is Joe on the phone?
I am.
Joe, the man.
So Joe's been on hold here.
I've had Joe on hold here while we were yammering a little bit. Joe, you came.
That's okay. My system's out tonight. I'm not able to catch a webinar, except I can hear you now.
Oh, man.
Oh, you got storms or stuff down in Atlanta?
I wish it was that, but no, it's probably on my end.
I got you. Well, we got you on live tonight. We got several hundred people listening and watching, and either through the YouTube channel or the podcast channel or through over on our website. But Joe, you were a rock star at the conference. You were one of the people that everybody just loved hanging around and being around. You were the ones that Joe was the one that sold Neil his system. And Neil's a friend of ours from Rutherford County, so it was just really weird.
That was weird.
And Neil is the one that played in the original Dirty Dancing. Yeah. He was one of the extra. He was an extra Dirty Dancer, which is hysterical,
especially if you see him.
I
said that out loud. I thought that was in my head.
Well, we know him. What do you do? But Joe,
sorry, Neil.
Joe, talk a little bit about the conference and what you liked, what you didn't like, and what Chris could do different.
Chris. Yeah, I remember Chris. Yeah, he was a funny guy. He's a
Joe, that didn't
comedian
sound
with
like a compliment.
I remember.
I meant it to be, Chris. I gave you very high rating. And but anyway, yeah, it was the whole thing was just a great 3 days. I mean, I felt like that I got a lot out of it, a ton out of it. Very, very much worth the while going. Enjoyed meeting people I've been talking to on the phone for, literally months and years in some cases. A few of the people I signed up I'd never met, like the good doctor and Neil, like Terry mentioned, great guy. Both of them great guys. But I enjoyed meeting everybody, and I learned a ton of stuff from Terry and from Gary and everybody else was in there. Mark was very inspirational, as were a couple of other people, and I don't remember their names, but it was probably one of the best conferences I've been to. And I used to go to conferences all over the United States, but
yeah, you
learned
were
a lot.
Weren't you in the restaurant business and the air freight business and all kinds of other things?
I was in the restaurant business for 45 years with the same company, and we had conferences all over the United States. And I was on every committee that you could be on. I was on the menu committee, operations committee, and all that stuff. So I went to a lot of these seminars, but yours was great. I enjoyed every minute of it. There were enough people in there when I went to the conventions with the restaurant chain that I could fall asleep and nobody would notice. But but wasn't the case with yours, nor did I want to fall asleep. It was very educational and very, very much a good time.
Well, Joe, I'm going to tell you, for
so,
someone with your background, being in two different industries and professions like that, and been to several conferences, for you to say that about mine was just the highest compliment I could get. So I really appreciate you saying that, and
I mean it.
And I know you do, because you're not the type. That's why I like you so much.
He's a straight shooter.
He's not the kind that BS's. I love Joe. I mean, he's a straight shooter, and he's an Atlanta boy. But and Joe, you're an inspiration to a lot of our members too, because one of the things that I'll do, I use you a lot because you were with us and in our system for a good year, it seemed like, before you made your first sale. Now, don't let me overstate or understate. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if I recall,
that is correct. I came on board and I was in the middle of doing a few things. I was still wrapping up some business that I had down in Florida, and had a couple other things going on. And it took me a while to get going. And then once I did, I'm gonna say it took a couple months or so to make the first sale. I kind of put it together, like tried my way, and then I tried Terry's way, and Terry's way worked a whole lot better my way. And so, I started doing it Terry's way.
Well, I know.
Imagine that, Terry.
Imagine the thing works. Well, it is counterintuitive. It's against some norms that people are taught. So I get why it's not natural to do it the way we show you in some regards, but it does work. It does work, and I appreciate you being with us for so long. And you're the type of people we want in our business, around our business, and I can't thank you enough for being with us so long. And I wish you much success down there. And if I don't get to talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, brother.
You too, brother.
All
you
right.
too, brother. Have a nice holiday.
You too. Yeah. So that was Joe down in Atlanta, guys, and Joe's a rock star.
Yeah, it seems like we repeat this same thing over and over again of people who keep pushing up against it, and they got a better way to do it and a different way to do it, and it's fine to eventually do that. But
sure,
how crazy is it that we don't do what Joe's saying? Is hey, just do it from the very beginning.
Yeah,
go through step 1, step
Save
2,
your trouble.
step 3, and then guess what's going to happen? Then you can start implementing your ideas to see if it's, because listen, I don't think there's a man in the room we're more than willing to steal your ideas and implement it if it works.
If it works.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
we've done this. It works.
Yeah.
Follow the system.
Which I don't want to steal too much of Mark's thunder, but he had said something earlier that was really good about how just being around the people that are doing it, it's like of such value. Like you can read it and you can kind of see it, and for a lot of people they learn that way, but a lot of people don't. And just seeing other people like, oh, I get it. Like,
Mark called in for our promo, and he said something very profound. He says some things can be taught, but some things have to be caught. And as a matter of fact, I think I got him up. I think I got him up on the line. Mark, are you with us?
I am here.
Wow, that's good timing.
That is good timing. How about that?
Yeah.
It's almost like we planned that. But trust me, we didn't. We're not that organized.
Mark, you got a big fan base here.
You do.
In Greenville.
You do. Yeah. Tell the folks about what you're talking about. And I was telling Chris, Mark came on, Chris. He was with us for what, 2 months? Is that right, Mark? And then you came to the conference?
Just about, yeah. Just about 2 months.
And you made a few sales. I think you made a sale or two. I don't want to understate or misspeak, but I think in your first week you made a sale, and that sort of gave you some motivation. Okay, it's real, and so it kept you going. And then you might have made a few sales, but then you came to the conference, and your business after the conference exploded. Tell us why. Why did that happen?
Well, because I believed in it. At that point, I knew everything was real. I knew you were real. I knew the business was real. I spoke with people who were growing in the business. I've always believed that when you're in a company, it's not just about being with the company. It's about who's in that company. It's impossible to close a sale, or at least from my perspective. It's impossible to close a sale if you don't believe in what you're representing. I don't even want to say selling, because with TW3, I never really feel like I'm selling it. And I think, Terry, you've talked about this before, where in regards to insurance, you have to sell insurance, right?
Right.
When you look at TW3 is one of those things that appeals to so many different people. It appeals to business people. It appeals to folks who are just looking for a work from home opportunity. It's hit a wide spectrum. And so, and one of the beautiful things that you said to me, sir, because I was so waiting for you to say, oh no, Mark, you can't do that. Because so I was pretty much holding myself back because you know my background.
Right. And
you said, no, whatever I have, you can use. I'm like, oh, really?
Yeah, well, true. Yeah, and you've used it, my friend. I'm telling you, you have used it. I'm getting my own emails from you. That's true. I got an email from Mark today. Says it was basically he reverbalized a few things, but it was my email. I said he's caught it.
Yeah.
He's basically taking the content, repurposing it, and using it. And it's Mark, you're just brilliant. I think a lot of people sort of miss that. They try here again, reinvent the wheel. They try to, but he just takes the content, rebrands it as his, sends it out, and this guy. I mean, you've made what, $2-3 since the conference? What was it? Something like that.
Well, no, I made a whole $5. You know,
okay, well, I tell you.
I think and this is just, and I checked my accounts. I'm around 60,000, something like that, since the conference. I was maybe a little more, but conservatively.
Sure.
Which it's not. I know some people are doing a lot better, but being it's my first year.
My math is not great, but that's like on pace for 6 figures.
Yeah.
In a year.
Oh yeah.
I'm all right with that.
Working from home in your underwear.
That's right. Or not.
Or not in your underwear. It's your choice.
It's your choice. That's right. And also at the time you want,
when you want,
and when you don't want to, you go do something else.
With who you want.
I'm completely okay with that. And there's nobody telling you when to do it.
Nobody's telling you when to do it. Nobody's telling you who you got to do with. You know what?
No,
hey, Mark.
Sir.
If you don't like them, don't do business with them.
Nope.
Now, how many jobs can you say, hey, now, when you go into work, if you find someone at Chick-fil-A, River, or Reagan that you don't like, tough. I mean, that's the way every business works.
Yeah, but everybody at Chick-fil-A is so happy.
Well, it's their pleasure.
It is.
It is their pleasure. It is their pleasure.
If they say "suck it up, Buttercup," that's the way it grows.
Suck it up, Buttercup. Well, yeah, honestly, Mark, here's the way I think about it. Okay, let's say conservative number $60,000 in December. You're probably going to knock out another 10. Probably. So let's just say let's say 5 to be conservative. So $65,000 since March. You probably really didn't hit the ground running after the conference to around June, right? Because you had to consume all that information. You had to execute on it. Oh my gosh. And it is like drinking from a fire hydrant. So you have to calm yourself down and go after one strategy. But I could say, because I can look back, June, you took off. So if for the last 6 months you've made $65,000, how many months are in a year, Chris?
There's still 12.
There's still 12,
and that's 130,000.
But I think Trump is about to change that. But still, there's 6 months. That's not a political statement. I'm not saying it's good or bad. But anyway,
just saying it's happening.
Make the calendar great again. But anyway, if there's 6 months in a year and he's 60, what is that? That's almost 130 grand.
That's right.
That's a comfortable life, is what that is.
Mark, you gonna make it? Are you okay, brother? Are you gonna make it? Do we need to send somebody up to help you?
Yeah. Listen, if you look for somebody to help you spend it, I have great skills in that area.
I hate to see a brother suffer. I mean, I just do. I mean, I just hate
I'm
it.
suffering. I'm suffering.
Suffering
it's
for Jesus.
It's a lonely world.
Listen, he's killing it so well that we've asked him to come and to share. What did he do?
Yeah.
So you get to hang out with this guy, ask him questions.
That's a great point.
That is a profound point.
Yeah. I thought so. That's why I said
and it's surprising. It's surprising it came from you.
I know.
That's why we're all in disbelief.
I'm actually more disbelief that you actually recognize my greatness for a change. I've been trying to tell you guys this for a long time.
But here's a guy. Mark was an attendee.
Yes.
Of the conference.
That's correct.
This coming conference, he's a platform speaker.
That's 1 year, by the way.
1 year.
Can we talk about one other thing that I think we're missing that's super important?
Another profound moment.
It's coming. So we all have done great with TW3. It's done great things, and a lot of those great things have been financially. It also gives us the ability to be more generous. That has been amazing. There's been a couple needs that have come up in our church family that I haven't had to hesitate or check the budget,
Right.
Like that's what financial freedom is for me.
Absolutely. It's not about loving money, it's about hating poverty.
Yes.
Because when you're not impoverished, when you're living in margin financially, emotionally, spiritually, whatever, you can when you're living off the abundance, you can just give.
Right.
And it's so rewarding. Life is so much more pleasant.
I agree with that.
And I see that hand.
Well, no, we just had a question come in. I feel like it'd be cool if Mark could answer it because I feel like this would be
Mark, this is your
for
question.
him.
He's going to ask it. You answer it.
This is for Mark. All right. So this comes from Jamie. He says, I want a comfortable life. I'm in sales now. How long would it take to be knowledgeable on the products and be able to successfully sell it?
Okay, so Jamie, the fact of the matter is you don't need to know everything about the product. You need to follow the system.
Preach it. Come on. I felt something on that. Say that one more time.
You don't try to know everything. That's what's going to shoot you in the foot. And that's what's going to slow you down. And that's what you're going to have that conversation 2 months later down the line because you're trying to know everything. It's not about knowing everything, okay? It's taking the call, going through the script and basically qualifying the person, letting them see the material and follow up with them. Be their friend. Be a consultant. Be the person that partners with them so that when they see TW3, whether they have a business or whether they're looking for a work from home opportunity, you kind of guide them. But at the same time, Terry's right here. You'll have your coach. You'll have people that partner with you to help you along. But don't try to know everything, my friend. Only just put yourself in a position where you are their friend, you're their consultant, and you're the person that's kind of like the go-to to guide them in the right direction.
I'm telling you what, I'm over here crying I mean, you were preaching the gospel of
The
TW.
hat came off.
The hat came off. I did the whole hat above the heart. I was like, listen to this guy. And it's so true. We make perfect the enemy of good when you just have to learn the first few steps, and you can be wildly, wildly successful. So I'm looking here, guys, and I'm trying to find if there's any more, because I want to make sure I'm correct. I want to call this out. If this person is on, send in a ticket right now. Paula Thomas.
That's mine. She's mine.
Paula Thomas, send in a ticket. Is she an ELT member?
She actually, I just saw an email come through at 9:08 when we were already live that she wanted to join.
Oh, so she's taking advantage of the discount. Well, she not only is getting the discount because she's joining as an ELT member, so she's not paying full pomp. She's also going to get a free 45-minute private session with myself and 4 other
Paula.
people. So you are number
Paula.
one.
Yay, Paula. It's your birthday. Get busy.
It's birthday. Go, Paula.
So you need a sound effect there. Like
I know.
explosion
I
or
know.
Happy dance.
Happy dance. And then we have the number 2 is this yours too, Lindsey?
I don't know who is.
Yes, it is. Paul Kessler
Paul. I
from
love
Buffalo,
Paul.
New York.
He's the guy I talked about last week, the super brilliant insurance guy.
Yeah.
For savings and retirement and college.
Well, he is number 2. He's
Yay,
getting
Paul.
in, and he is going to get the free 1-hour networking after dinner. He doesn't have to pay for that. He's going to get there for free.
Whoop, whoop.
So it's there, and that is awesome, awesome,
Also,
awesome,
Paul
guys.
had a pretty funny ticket. He said, or not ticket, but a message that he had sent in. He said, "I've signed up for the conference. Is it okay if I learn to speak Southern like you guys?"
Not only is it okay, it's preferable, so we understand what you're saying.
Wow, I didn't even think about that. We have 4 Southerners.
I didn't
on
realize
here,
that.
and we're bad.
Oh, yeah.
We're our
I
This ain't
listened to one of
like
our
dialect.
playbacks, and I was like, I sound like I'm from the farm.
It's like hee haw around here.
I know.
I ain't gonna
I'm surprised anybody's signing up.
But Chris, you laugh when I said it, but I honestly believe you listen to me.
Yeah, if you can do it,
My
anybody
God,
can do it.
no one has
listen,
an excuse.
As someone who knows you well,
Exactly.
this is a miracle. This is a miracle. Listen, you can't even take credit for it.
The Lord do work in mysterious ways.
Amen.
But honestly, guys, the deal is real. It's out there. We got a system in place that works. It's tried. It's true. It's rated with the Better Business Bureau. We're not an accredited members, which means we didn't have to pay for it. They just came in because we had to respond to something. They came in, looked at their books. We showed it to them, and they gave us a A rating. We've been doing this for 10 years. We offer a 90-day money-made guarantee if you credential at the plus level or better. I don't know what else we can do other than do it for you, and we're not going to do that. And so, and I will leave with that caveat. Do not do this if you have not made a decision to do better for yourself. Do not do this if you've not made a decision. What is a decision? Cutting off all other options. Because I read a meme today by Grant Cardone, and he says, you hate on what you quit on. And if you'll look around in the opportunity space and other people, people are quick to criticize entrepreneurialism and quick to criticize this. But it's just like in the church world, I'll hear people all the time, marriage is just not, all men are this way or all women are this way or marriage is this way. Why do they feel that way? Because why are they hating on it? Because they quit on it.
Yeah.
It's a psychological vice that we do, because we don't want to face our own demons, which is, I quit. I gave up on myself. I gave up on that marriage. I gave up on that business. Whatever it is.
Right.
You hate on what you quit on.
True.
Don't do this if you haven't made a decision. 2019 is going to be my year. 2019 is the year that I'm going to the next level. I've made a decision, which means I'm cutting off all other options. I'm burning all the boats behind me. We're in it to win it. You got to be that way. I will tell you in closing, had I not been between a rock and a hard place, had I not been bankrupt, broke, busted, and disgusted, 5 children, no benevolence coming from government or anywhere else, it was sink or swim, do or die. Had I not been in that kind of position, I don't believe I'd be here today. I had to make a decision. The decision was made for me. So I look back on those moments of pain, and I look at it as just the biggest blessing that the heavens could ever give me, because the decision was easy, sink or swim. I didn't have Uncle so-and-so or brother so-and-so or this option.
Or Uncle Sam.
Or Uncle Sam. Exactly.
Even Uncle Sam left.
Because as a business owner, I was paid out of the business. I never was paid through payroll, so I didn't have unemployment.
Right.
I didn't have those options. My family is God-fearing people, but they're poor. They can't do but so much. They're good people. They're just not, so it was, and you like to eat. Gabby likes to eat. Gina likes to eat. Everybody, I love to eat.
I was going to say, you're forgetting one person.
Well, I eat half. So, I was put in a position, a decision was
I'll have a
made.
nibble here and there.
I didn't have because here's the thing that everybody thinks I'm this like computer guru programmer. They have no idea. I am the most tech-tarded person. It is a miracle. Yes, Jesus turned water into wine. He walked on water, and he also had Terry Wilson build websites. Because it's just, why did I learn how to do it? Because I had to. Okay, here's a way I can make money online, but to do it online, I've got to learn some of these technical skill sets. And I will tell everybody, and Mark, we're going to sign off here, but before I do, I just want to tell you, thank you for everything you've done at TW3. Thank you for being an elite member, and thank you for being one of our platform speakers this coming March.
It's my pleasure, and thank you, Terry, for everything that you've done.
Merry Christmas, brother. But I'm telling you guys, you want to get over to worthmoreconference.com, but you got to be there, but make a decision. 2019 is my year. 2019 is the year that I'm going to go to the next level. And I would encourage you, if you want to become an entrepreneur and get a hold of something that you can tangibly do that's laid out for you in a very logical way, become an elite member and you get into the conference for free other than the $29. We're running that special to the end of December. You become an elite member between now and the end of December. You get the conference for free. And you get the breakout sessions. You get to go to some of the sessions that the other people will not get to go to because you're an elite member. Because there's some training we can't offer to the general public because it's only for elite members, and specifically all the RMP stuff.
Yeah.
So you've got to be an elite member to get into some of those breakout sessions that I'm going to be doing. So now's the time. This is going to be the best, most affordable time to get in. But if financially you can't do that, but you want to do something, at least get to the conference. Get to the conference for $197. I'm gonna tell you what, $197, and Mark has already made. He's on par to make $130,000. $197. Gary Greene's gonna be showing you what he does, and there's a reason why he's called Gary Greenbacks. $197. Lindsey, and just since October is already having statistically an $8,000 month in her second month in business.
I'm okay with those numbers.
$197. Lindsey, you went to school.
I did.
You got a degree.
A couple.
You're educated.
Yeah. Still paying on those.
You're still paying on it. And for $197, you had information that gave you an $8,000 month.
Yeah, and that's more than I would be earning if I was using my degree in a work from home setting, a remote job. Way more.
Absolutely.
So it's putting yourself in that environment.
Put yourself in an environment, because it's difficult. I heard this it's a metaphor, but it's true because I've talked to fishermen. It's true. You know how to keep, you probably heard it too. Do you know how to keep a crab in a pail or a bucket? Do you know how to keep a crab without having to cover, the only way you can keep a crab in a bucket?
Kill it?
Outside of killing it? Okay. No, seriously. The only way that you can keep a crab in a bucket is you put two crabs in there, because they'll constantly pull each other down. That is the truth. You put one crab in that bucket, he will always get out no matter how big the bucket, because I'm
curious where this analogy is going.
So if you got the crabs, no, I'm kidding. The point is, you got to get in a good environment, and sometimes it's hard to crawl out of the muck and mire that you live in because of the environment you live in. So it's worth getting in. And nice, I clean.
You landed the plane. I like it.
I landed the plane.
I was getting really nervous because that seemed anti what you were going to say. So what you need to do
I didn't know where we were
come to
going
this
with
conference and a bunch of crabs are going to pull you down.
in the bucket. You see,
We're gonna have literal crabs there. Is really what we're trying to say.
come
It's
to
going to be delicious.
Worth More conference and get
So
the
when you pay $197, it includes a crab dinner. Is that what you're saying?
crab dinner. Any more questions before we get out of
I
here?
think we.
All right, guys. Thank you. I know we've gone a little long. We normally go an hour. It's an hour and 15 minutes, but who's keeping count? But I'm telling you, worthmoreconference.com, worthmoreconference.com for $197. It'll be the best money you have ever spent.
And it's going to double after December 31st.
It's doubling after December 31st. The reason why we want to give it to you at cost is because we want to know how many people's coming that we can sort of count on and go ahead and book the right conference center. And a little thing here for you ELT members, just a little word to the wise. We announced this Wednesday night, but you at your level get commission by selling tickets as well. So you want to pay attention to that, and it is lucrative to sell conference tickets as an ELT member. So ask your representative about that as well. Till next time, this is Terry Wilson with TerryWilson3.com. Thank you, guys. Talk to you later.
Thank you for listening to our show today at TerryWilson3.com. If you would like more information on how we can take your money, your business, and your life to the next level, then please visit us online at TerryWilson3.com or call 800-673-1728.
This is the Terry Wilson. Really, I'm excited, Terry. I want to get started here.
Is this a celebrity, Terry Wilson?
Oh my word.
How you doing, sir?
Dude, don't even go there. I've been listening to this for a while, and I'm finally like, okay, guys, what a privilege. I mean,